Yay! Oh. Alright, so you went to use your headlights and ding! Comes up saying that there's a problem. Check your low beam, whatever. Your dip light, and this one is blown. So the light's gone. So yeah, obviously you have to change the globe, and Touaregs being Volkswagens, as they are, is way harder than it needs to be. So you have to take off, there's 4 bolts here, and there'll be screws going through those holes. And once you've removed those screws, it'll pull, and you might not be able to just pull it straight out like that. And that's because of these clips right here. So these clips will go into these holes here. So when they're in there, you can kind of lever this like that, and then you just got to pull the clips up because they've got little latches like that. So you just got to lift it up, and then that'll pull straight out. And once that's off, there's another 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got to take those off to take the bumper off. And you've also got to take this one under here. There's a screw just there, down there. And once that comes off, you just got to kind of pull it this way. It can be a bit tricky not to break anything on this, because I think I might have cracked one off. Yeah, just that one there, right at the top. So almost all of them came out perfectly, just one didn't. But it's kind of to be expected because you got to unclip these things. So it comes this way, not that way. Just sort of like try and work it all the way around with 2 hands, and eventually pop off. And then you got one screw. Where is it? So the one at the bottom, you got one right here, and then you got another one here, and then another one just up there. Right up there. And that's it so far. And you should be able to just wiggle this out. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Alright, so when you're pulling it off, you just got to pull it this way, kind of work it. I've only got one hand because recording. Hopefully I can do this with one hand. I don't know if I can. You know what, maybe I'll do this. Man, it's bloody cold here in Tasmania at the moment, so that's not quite enough. I've got enough to get, where is it? Where is it? One of them, oh my god, it's covered in mud. That's the first one. Got to get out, and the other one is just behind this, so I just have to get it a bit further. I'm going to need 2 hands for this, so I'm just going to put the phone down, but you keep sort of working it, just sort of working it like that, kind of working it around, and it will come out. Just got to be careful not to break the clips. I think I've been good on this side. It looks like they've come out pretty well. And if they come out like that, just sort of push them back in, and then it'll reseat itself. Alright, so loosening the bumper. It feels a bit dodgy because you feel like you're breaking it a bit, but it just pulls out just like that. It has a bunch of clips on the side. I'll show you on the other side how to do it. It feels a bit dodgy, so you sort of just got to hold that out of the way. And you can kind of get your fingers like behind it a little bit. Like, see, there's this little bit here that sticks out. You should be able to just sort of pull on that, it pops out. And you should probably do this with gloves or something because it hurts the fingers a bit, especially when it's so cold. And yeah, see, that looks a bit dodgy, but it does just pop out all the way. Come on. There we go, just like that. And then it's a bit looser. And then the whole thing moves like that. Just the top half. If you want to take off the whole bumper, there is some more screws underneath. So you kind of just got to work it all the way around just to loosen it. And I will need 2 hands for this, but you get the idea. You just pull that down, and then you should be able to access that bolt there. And it's a bit hard to see, but see if I can use this one. That bolt there. So you just got to get to those 2. You should be able to use the screwdriver in relatively easy, especially with 2 hands. If you hold one down, push it down a little bit, and then once those are off, you just got to get this one here. Fortunately, it just started raining, which is kind of annoying. A little bit of rain. You can see the rainbow. Look at that. But I've pretty much done, so I'm going to keep going. You shouldn't get any rain or anything in here. Got to keep that as dry as possible. So try to keep that as dry as possible when you're doing this. Maybe do it in a garage if you have the opportunity. Anyway, so once you've finagled this out, I'll show you how to do that in a second. You just take that bolt out, and then the two down there, and that pulls out. It's kind of tricky to get. You kind of got to finagle it out a little bit, and then you got this bolt in here, and then another bolt right there, and then you just push that down and pull the whole thing out. And I'll show you on the other side. I just want to get this going, but you can see already, keep that closed best I can, that this is the busted one. I mean, look at it. It's all cooked on the inside. So I'm going to switch that over now. I got my special gloves and the replacement for like really, really cheap. The good old eBay replacements. I'm going to replace the other one too, just so I have two fresh bulbs and I don't have to do this again because it's a pain. I'm going to try and struggle through this one with one hand. So I just did that one and it works well. I tested it and it works. So with this one, you just gotta pull all the insulation stuff off, the rubber seal. Sorry, take that one screw off. Those two I was mentioning before, that one in there, and that one just there. Try not to lose them, and then this should just pull out like this. So on the other side, it had a bit of trouble with the cable being so goddamn short. I'm guessing this is a bit easier because I can just kind of disconnect it. But on this one, it's this cable here, because it's so short, it doesn't have much leeway. You kind of got to like pull it out, twist it up. It's a bit tricky, but there's no way you can do it with one hand. Hopefully this one's not as tricky as that one. So they do hook in to the bumper, so you got to kind of pull the bumper out of the way a little bit. I'm going to need two hands, aren't I? All right. So all these bits here, kind of just like these bits here, they hook in. So you just got to lift them out of the way of the bumper, and then it should just kind of finagle its way out. But once it's up and out, you can get to these bits here, which is the important bit, the bit that you need. Alright, this would be so much easier with two hands. Alright, so then these bits need a different size screw, a different size Torx bit. I'm not sure what it is, it hopefully stays on it. It's a T20, that's what that is. And the ones I've been using is I don't think they stays on it. Oh. 25, T25. It does, I do think it's a bit too small though, because it doesn't really quite fit as it feels like it should. So T30 is probably the way to go. Alright, so then you just take these ones off, like so. That one there. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get a stand. Alright, now we're talking. So just going to get this one out here. Oh, perfect. I should have grabbed the stand a while ago. Now, make sure not to lose that in the engine bay. And you pull this whole contraption out. It has a little thing on the bottom, so you only have to undo the top, and it pops off like so. Just kind of squeeze it to the side. It doesn't have a huge amount of movement on it. Let's see if I can put that up there for you. No, stay still. These lights are incredibly slippery. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to turn it. You know what, it's probably best to... No, you know, I'll turn it first. So you just turn it about 45 degrees or so. No, you know what, it will be easy to disconnect first, I think. I'll give it a shot, see if I can get it out. Just be careful with it. You can tell this one is quite used, but it is not broken like the other one. So this is my, this one still works for me. God damn it. So I'm going to put a little cover on it. I can be careful. Let's disconnect this bad boy. It's got some little hooks on it, but I'm pretty sure it should just pull straight out. Just like that. And then this just has a little clip. Push that out like that and take that off. Do not touch this because any grease or anything will mess with it and reduce its life. Sorry for the waterfall sounds in the background, by the way. It is a very beautiful place I'm staying at the moment. Take out your placement and then just connect that. It is keyed, so just look for the little dot thing right there. And that just goes in like that, and it just goes straight around and clicks back in. And then this is also keyed, as you can see. There's like a little high side to it. So that also goes in just like that. Those little metal things that I have no idea what to do. Back in. And try to be careful when you put this in, not to knock anything. There you go, see it's sort of like, just turn it until it clicks a bit further in, and then once it's in, you turn it back till it's straight again, just like that. And then push them in, push this back in like that, make sure it's all clean, there's nothing that seals. And then you're done. Just reverse the process, put these little screws back in, and finagle everything back in, and cross your fingers and hopefully everything works. When you're taking off these ones, the two up here and the one down there, it probably is easiest if you either tilt your wheels away, or if you can get something like this so you can like do it on a bit of an angle. It will definitely help get in there, because obviously, as you can see like that, I'm probably not going to be able to do it like that though. It will make it significantly easier to get in there, because you probably can do it like that, but it might get trickier, especially if your wheels are a bit tilted. Just keep that in mind. If it's possible to have something like this or something that has a bit of twist, it'll definitely help. And once you've finished everything as far as the lights are concerned, definitely try it before you reassemble it all, because the worst thing is if you just didn't quite connect it right or something and you're fully finished putting it all back together. You just want to make sure. And don't forget the seal either. That's an easy one to forget. We have success! So it cost about $50 for the globes for two. Oh, that's off eBay. And number one, success. Number two, success. So it probably took me about 45 minutes to an hour for all of it to be done. Also ran inside to get a few tools and things that I probably needed to get. And yeah, so it's not a massive job. It takes it's obviously a lot more messing around than just like your normal car where you can just pop out the globe and just put a new one in. But it's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, like 40 minutes to an hour, around there. Definitely helps having that little angle tool. And what else could I say tips wise? This is probably one of the hardest parts to get out, and this bit just like, you know, clicks out. This is a bit tricky to finesse out. Can be, but all in all, not a massive job. But I wish you luck doing this for yourself. Check out this awesome camp spot, by the way. I live full time in my caravan, if you don't already know, and this is where I've been living for the last about a week almost. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps, and like, subscribe, and all that biz if it helps you out. I hope it does. Catch you later. So save yourself some cash. See you guys.